I'm here to help support the Youth Olympians and help support the Olympic spirit. And I am really looking forward to seeing the women's Nordic combined in the event because it's the first time that a Games will have complete gender parity, gender equality, and that'll be a really monumental moment to watch. It'll be Olympic history in the making, and there'll also be so many other moments that are Olympic history in the making, and I can't wait to be inspired by all the young athletes.
But you are from Almaty?
Yes.
Yeah? Both from Almaty?
Yes.
And ski jumping?
Yes.
Both ski jumping?
Yeah.
And you...
My first.
You're first? Tomorrow, the next day?
I'll be working at a lot of the stations around, like Athlete 365 and education for the athletes, and I'll also be on the venues and helping give advice and support the athletes at the venues. As a young athlete, a lot of the athletes here are having their first international competition, and it can be a little bit scary and they can be a little bit nervous. So when they have older athletes to look up to and ask questions of, it is a sort of a comforting presence. And I think it's also important for us as older athletes to understand what the youth are doing, and some of these athletes will for sure be in the next Olympic Games, so maybe we'll be seeing our competitors soon too.
So you're not married? No, but your sister. I just made you do. Maybe it's your favorite color, or yeah, your favorite food, or something like that.
My advice to them is to enjoy every minute and really experience the whole experience and not just be concerned about their performance and about the medals. Of course, it's really important to focus, but the Olympic spirit isn't just about winning medals. It's about connection and the unity of different countries and the communication between different countries, and being able to be a very small kid or a kid from a very small town and see the world and share that with their communities back home and be role models for the children back home.
Oh, wow. Fun fact. I'd be like, oh my god.
I think the language of sport is really amazing because as an athlete, I can travel anywhere in the world and be in my competition and have something in common with all the athletes. And also, I get to travel the world and bring something to so many communities and so many venues around the world and bring the gift of sport to the world, which is, I think, something that all the Youth Olympians here are really learning about, maybe for the first time, maybe not, but it's such a valuable part of the Olympic spirit. So growing up, I started competing in the Nordic sports pretty young when I was 9, but when I was a youth and a child, I didn't have the opportunity to compete in Nordic combined. So it's really full circle. I've done a lot over the years to help inspire other girls to compete and help the sport grow and also compete myself. So watching this step happen and watching women's Nordic combined become an Olympic event is really a dream come true.
Practice English? I'll give you a pin. Just for you.
My first international competition was actually a continental cup in ski jumping when I was just 11 years old. The rules were a little bit different then, so I could compete when I was that young. And I was looking at the older athletes just in awe, and I couldn't ever imagine being that good. And it was an inspiration just to be able to compete with them, and so motivating. And I did so badly, but it just motivated me to work harder. If I had had the chance to compete in the Youth Olympics as a young athlete, I think I would have had the opportunity to perform at a high level sooner, and I would have had the opportunity to make a lot of lifelong friendships and connect with the greater skiing world and family and winter sports world sooner, which would have been an amazing opportunity, but I had to wait a little bit longer for those opportunities, for sure.
C'est solide, vraiment accroupi, à plus de 85 mètres, tout en termes de distance.
I'm a winter sports athlete because I genuinely think it makes me a better person. It pushes me to grow not just athletically, but on many different planes. I can travel, I can meet amazing new people, and I can bring the love of sport to the world, which I think hopefully makes people happier and makes the world a better place. And especially with the work that I've been doing with Nordic combined to make it a more gender equal sport, I think I really have the opportunity to change the world through sport, which is really inspiring to me. I'll definitely be cheering on all the competitors, but I know all the U.S. athletes so well, and it's been amazing to see them develop as athletes, so I'll be on the sidelines cheering for them.
It was good to meet Tara because she showed us the village, and she made us speak with other people from other countries. And yes, she spoke to us about her career, and it's very great.
Partir en tête avec 8 secondes d'avance sur le Norvégien Sebastian Haute-Volt, 15 secondes sur Niklas Malasinski.
È molto bello che gli atleti professionali vengono qui e ci parlano della loro carriera e in generale ci introducono nel mondo professionistico e ci mostrano anche qui il villaggio e penso che è molto bello.